There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing, Lonzo?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Brother Brett.
Not much. So you're here. So if everybody had been paying attention to what I'd be posting, we're supposed to be having another guest on today. I'm hoping everything's okay with that guest because I just really haven't heard anything from him after the initial. Yeah, I'd love to be on. So hope everything's fine. And we can get him on at another day. So you and I have been talking for a while about doing a little feature on some of the new stuff going on at Concrete this year after year 2 has been released. So you are not our primary guest. We have our primary guest in a minute, but
not at all. I'm just filling in. You know what I mean? That's it.
You just So we'll introduce Lyle, Lamont, Ringold. I'm not sure whether to call him Lyle or Lamont. I've heard people call him both. So I'm just gonna stick with Lyle.
Yeah, yes sir.
But I got a package in the mail yesterday.
Whoa, talk about it. Tell me what this is, man, because I don't know what it is. I don't even know what you got,
So, as you're aware, I was your first backer.
You were, weren't you? So I got something extra coming for you too. So
okay. So this if you guys probably can't see it on screen, but it says Concrete Comics down there. So this is my my stuff from backing Concrete Comics year 2. And so
there go the shirt too.
Yeah.
That you will be getting also. So
all right. So I went big. I went big for me. I got.
Ooh, you see the gloss? Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look at that trade too. Where's my camera? There it is.
That thing looked good, man.
So first of all, I kind of pre-opened it so I wasn't fumbling around with stuff on live stream. So, but I gotta say, this packaging is legit. I get so much stuff from people who just send in like a manila envelope and be like, here you go, no protection. So this is an actual comic book shipper, comic book mailer.
Yes, sir.
Everything's protected. It's fantastic. I love it when I get stuff in the mail in these.
Protection is vital when shipping because I've gotten some bent up packages and posters as well. So
yeah.
Trust me, I definitely wanted you guys to really get the best experience when it comes to our books and top quality. Keep them in the plastic if you want.
So I am opening up right now Absolver, because we just finished an Indie Comic Throwdown with Absolver, and those results will be available soon. But this is amazing. That's
a sexy cover right there, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get so many requests for who you got these printed through with that type of cover because that's top notch. And then there's all my little bonus stuff. I got some trading cards.
Oh, did you now? Glossy too, right?
Glossy too, man, and some pinups. And man, this is amazing. This is really well done, Lonzo.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Really well done. Really well packaged. Pinups. Crap ton of pinups here. I got some new ones to add to my wall up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is great. This is awesome. This is what I hope to see as a frequent backer. This is what I hope to see when people ship me stuff is well thought out, well cared for, arrives in pristine condition. I love that image right there.
Hey, man, I love it too. And that's the first image. That's the first image Andy Starboy was included with the other people as well. So yeah.
That's awesome. And we already got one review up. I talked to you a little bit on social media. We're getting the rest up. We got Absolver, I think, issue 2 up already on IndieComicsDispatch.com.
Right.
Don't worry. We're working through it. For everybody out there that watch this now and after the fact, we're working through a huge backlog of reviews. We got probably between 50 to 60 reviews in the end of the year. Yeah, so many.
Bro.
So many. And so we're working through that. We're going to get them all up. We'll review everything we're sent in time.
So I got to ask you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was most excited to hear what you thought about Andy. So talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
So I want to save a lot of my feelings for, I'm going to write the review on Andy, and so I want to save a lot for that, but it is a great addition to the Concrete Comics universe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really good. I like Daniel too as a person, and so seeing his creation actually on the page and there, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, man, it's dope to have him in the fold, man, because he's been really excited about finally getting a book done and putting it out. So now he's in the world. He's one of us now, you know.
And it's really, really cool to see. So, but speaking of the Concrete Comics world, the Concrete Comics universe, you have somebody else in there.
We do got a new addition, a new guy just came to the team. He's a little bit of a troll, but I love him. The 19-year-old Lyle Ringold.
No. Lyle's only 19 years old? Man.
Allegedly, when I read his Wikipedia, it said 19, so I don't know. But yeah, Lyle Ringold, he's the creator of our newest hero that you guys have seen. We actually dropped a free preview on the website of The Watchman. Seven Fields is The Watchman.
And there, you can pick it up.
You can go on there, you can read it, you can download it right now for free. It's the preview, it got his bio in there. It's well packaged, and be expecting more previews coming packaged like that. And it may be available for a free edition print to add on with your book when you purchase it as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. So I already got one. We'll welcome Lyle to the stream in just a minute, but I already have one question that I told you were going to get. Who did those special covers? Do you want to say, or is that Concrete's little secret?
We use a digital printer that is low. You know what? Send me an inbox. Send me an inbox, and I'll get you the connect.
Lewis on Instagram. Send Concrete Comics an inbox, and he'll tell you who. So
yeah,
all right.
Send me an inbox because I got a little partnership that we're working some things out. So eventually, creators will be able to order printing through me as well, and I can handle all that. So.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to welcome Lyle to the stream now. Lyle, man, welcome.
Oh, what's up?
If it isn't the 19-year-old, what's going on, brother?
Click one thing up. I'm 26. Let's just flip that up. 26. Not 19, not 17, not 12. I might look 12, but I'm 26.
I was like, no way Lyle's only 19.
No.
That's hilarious.
No, but Lyle is the newest addition to the team, to the Concrete Comic family, and he's been great, man. He's one of the hardest workers I know. He's been really going hard for his brand and his comic book. He launched his Instagram. Instagram is doing amazing. Pictures are doing amazing, getting featured all over the place. He just had an interview with Grandmaster Fax last night. Now he's on your show, so he's on a good roll right now, man.
He is. So James and I have to start coordinating. We do that often.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
So Lyle, tell us first of all, how did you come to know about Concrete Comics? Like, how did you get involved there first, and then we'll backtrack and talk a little bit about your origin story and everything.
So with Concrete Comics, it was back in 2019. I was just scrolling on. I think it had to be. I feel like it was Instagram at first, and then it flew to Twitter. But it was either Instagram or Twitter. Then I saw a picture of Acolyte, so then I just started scrolling through it, and then I noticed it said Concrete Comics. So then I clicked it, and I had been looking since 2018. I had been looking for someone to help me, make a comic book. Not necessarily like join their production company, because I wasn't gonna join anyone. I just needed help making it because I didn't know how to, get the artist or get anything, printed. So I was never gonna join Concrete Comics at first. No shade, but I just wasn't gonna. I was just like, I needed help. I was like, I need someone to help me. I found another company first, but the price they gave me, I was just like, yeah, that's not it. So then I hit up Concrete Comics, and then we started emailing. They gave me basically the price deal. The budget stuff was better. So I was like, all right, I'll just go with you guys. And he did ask. He was like, so did you want to publish with us, or were you going to publish by yourself? I'm like, I'll just publish by myself. I was like, I just need help making it. So that was in 2019. So then you fast forward to 2020, and then 2020, he was being a little shady. Not just kidding, but he was just, we finally got back in contact, and then we found we were more consistent in contact with him, and that's how it basically began. I showed him a script. He read the script. He loved the script. He showed it to the editor, Daniel. He loved the script. So then we basically just got started on my first book.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Lonzo, this is a question quick from you from Instagram world. Lewis, who is the one that asked about the printing, he's been on the show a couple times. I love Lewis. He's a hilarious guy. He wants to know, does Concrete Comics need a writer or writers? So are you still looking for people? Are you set at the moment? I know you and I have talked a little bit about some of your future plans, but I don't know where you're at.
So every title you see on Concrete is creator owned, and everybody writes their own projects. But we are opening up the universe because there's a lot more stories coming out, and we will be starting to freelance writers to come in and take on some stories. So tell them subscribe to our website, man, and keep in contact with us.
All right, you heard it, Lewis. Go to concretecomics.com and subscribe and stay in contact, and reach out to Lonzo for that printer information also.
Yes, sir.
So, Lyle, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you come to the place where you wanted to create a comic book?
So actually, at first, I never wanted to create a comic book. I just like reading them. So basically, like ever since I was little, I've been into like superheroes and everything, but I wasn't gonna actually, make a book about it. I was always into like film and TV. So I just, since I was little, I was like always into film. I always wanted to grow up and be like a film director or a TV director, producer. Back in, I can remember 2006, I was in sixth grade. That was the first time I wrote a movie script. It was about three ninjas, and it was based off the park down the street from my house. So I was gonna do that. But then going forward, I had two colleges that I only applied for two because I wasn't going to go to school at first. But my parents convinced me to try school first. So I had two colleges. It was Columbia in Chicago, which is like School of the Arts. And then it was the party school, Carbondale, SIUC. Obviously, I chose the party school, didn't go to Columbia. So that's when my dream died, when I chose to go to the party school. Then I fast forward a little more. So then you fast forward a little more. I'm in the military now ever since 2015. Then I met a guy by the name of David Kirkman who had a trailer out for his short film Static. And I really liked it. So then that just like clicked in my head. I was like, man, I used to want to create films and movies. So I was like, I probably could have had something out by now if I didn't choose a party school, ruin my life a little bit. And then since then, I started creating more characters, and they were being basically drawn as cartoons. And then I had a comment from someone who was like, "Oh, you should make this an animation." But I was just creating the characters and the pictures as to be like a reference as to how I would want like their costume and how I wanted them to look. So then I just got the idea. I was like, might as well start off with comics, and that's where the comic idea came up. Ever since 2018, that's what I've been working towards, and now it's finally actually done.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So thank you for mentioning David Kirkman. David Kirkman does do amazing fan films based on the Milestone comics. If you guys out there haven't looked up David Kirkman films, look them up. They're on YouTube. They're fantastic. I love him. So
he's a big fan of mine now.
What's that?
Say he's a big fan of mine now. We hung out a couple times. So I went to his premiere and everything. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So what have been your favorite comic books?
Favorite comic book. Okay, so as favorite comic books would have to be like, ironically, it's Nightwing, Robin, Batman, Green Arrow, and Captain America.
Nice. I was gonna save this for later. That Watchmen definitely gives me a Nightwing vibe.
It gives everyone that vibe. I don't see it personally.
Really?
I don't know why he's such a big Green Arrow fan, right? That's what I've been trying to figure out since I met him. What is it about Green Arrow that you love, man? Tell me, please.
I like how he's just gritty, He's very street level, He's very street. That's what I like.
So Green Arrow comic book or Green Arrow the TV series or both?
both. I have a lot of his comics, and and his TV show is ever since it came, it opened the door for like CW's Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
His was the best
Mm-hmm.
one. I actually cried when it ended. I actually
Did
teared
you
up
now?
when he died. So it's pretty
Whoa.
sad.
My
Yep.
13-year-old son is a huge Arrow fan too, so
See,
he likes
legendary.
the grittiness.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Lonzo just
So,
hates.
so tell us more about The Watchmen. Background story. Just give us the full details of everything you want to without making Lonzo go angry on you about revealing too many secrets to the Dispatch.
Well, Lonzo views me as Tom Holland, always spoiling stuff. So he
I know,
probably is
right?
going to get upset at what I'm about to say. I can't help it. People ask tell me about it, so I tell them about it. It's not like I read the script to you guys, but so basically,
Do you have it to read? No, I'm just joking.
I know, right?
so basically, the Watchman is Tevin Fields. And that's why it's called Tevin Fields is a Watchman. Basically, he's just in the first part that you will see, you just basically see his background as growing up as a kid. He starts off with a rough childhood. It's just the old story of never really knowing your parents or where you come from. So then you grow up alone. He grew up in the system that treated him badly. So that's kind of what shaped him as growing up, getting into trouble, hanging out with the wrong crowds. Then eventually he does find his father eventually, who takes him in. He basically shows him the right path, and then you keep going throughout the story. Try not to spoil it, but he ends up joining the military. So he goes to the military. He does his time. He comes back from his time in the military, and then basically that's the life of the Watchman. That's how it starts on his journey back, and
Very
then you
cool.
have him as the Watchman. Yeah.
And
Hopefully,
I could
Lonzo
be
doesn't.
wrong on this, but I don't feel like there's a lot of heroes coming out right now that have a military background, and I don't know if that's it seems like there used to be obviously Captain America, lots of them,
Right.
but Hal Jordan, but it doesn't seem like that's been the trend lately. So it's kind of cool to see that moving back towards kind of some classic storytelling there.
Right.
Um, uh, Lethal Gods Universe on Instagram wants to know where Lonzo got that Black Panther neck chain.
Well, my wife, knows how to razzle and dazzle me, so I was gifted this and the hat on my birthday. So, it's only
Nice.
right I swag out, but you can get this on Amazon.
That's a little
Nice.
big.
Search
Very
it,
nice.
search it. It's like real metal too, man. It's heavy, man. I almost killed myself a few times, So,
So I'm going to come back to something Lonzo mentioned earlier. You can download issue 0 right now on concretecomics.com. Just scroll down a little bit and it's there. And you can download it for free. Read it right now. I've read it. Again, it's in the backlog of reviews because I do want to get a review up for issue 0. Yeah, but it's there. There's no reason, guys. It's a free comic book. If you're out there watching this live right now, podcast, watching a video after the fact, there's no reason to not go download it because it's free. So go download it. Check it out. It's good. I say it gives Nightwing vibes because it does to me. But I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Like I think like that's
it's
an
not.
area that's ripe for storytelling still. So issue 0 is out now. Get it at concretecomics.com. When do we see a issue 1 coming out? Is there going to be a Kickstarter? Is there going to be part of like a Concrete Year 3 Kickstarter? How's that going to work?
Let me look at Lonzo real quick before he slaps me.
so I'll say, you can expect Watchmen issue 1 in March.
Oh, wow.
And there may be an announcement of a Kickstarter coming very soon. So, and the Kickstarter is going to have some real cool treats in it, some things that you can only get at the Kickstarter. So, but March, definitely his book will be on the website and available for the
Oh. Lonzo, your signal went out a little bit, but you said definitely in March it'll be available for purchase on the website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. So if that Kickstarter comes, and so this is just me pushing for details, you know how I do. Um, is it going to be part like every other concrete Kickstarter thus far? The two has been a grouping of books. Will there be a freshman class of concrete comics that will be part of that grouping, or is it
Um,
just going to be a Kickstarter for the Watchmen?
we're gonna do things a little differently this year.
Okay.
We got a lot of titles, man. So some of them are gonna be straight to website. Some of them will have
Okay.
Kickstarters, but we are gonna have our usual annual event sometime this year where we throw a lot of things in one and make it a real special event as well. But
Very cool.
we're gonna give the Watchman his own time, his time to really shine by himself and
Yeah,
stand up strong. You know what I'm
like I
saying?
need it.
Nice. Nice. Lethal Gods
Loner.
Universe on Instagram says, I feel like he gives me more Daredevil vibes. I could see that too. I could see the Daredevil vibes. Um,
I get
you know, that
Daredevil and
that's
watch
kind
a lot.
of that's
A
kind of
lot.
the curse and blessing maybe of indie comics is that no matter what
Yeah,
indie comic creators put out, it's going to be compared to something else. That's both going to get you criticism, but it's also going to pull in fans when they see them be like, oh, that kind of reminds
right.
me of X. I'm gonna grab it. Um, and I should say, while it gives me vibes, it's its own unique story. And again, it's free, guys. ConcreteComics.com. Go download it and read it. Um, all right. So what's something that in your mind makes Watchmen unique and stand out on its own, Lyle, from the other concrete comic? Not throwing shade, but what's unique about
Oh, shade
Watchmen
is
that is not in any of the other
There you go,
comics?
Brett, being messy. There you go. There you go, Brett.
uh,
It's like, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all
uh,
welcomed in the troll farm. You know what I mean?
well, what makes the Watchmen unique and different
Yeah,
from every other?
because Andy Starboy is very unique and different. Odina
Right.
very unique and different. Absolva very unique and different. Acolyte, they're all very unique and different titles. So how does yours fit into that?
So, from what I could tell from the other heroes, you have Alkalite, who is just cosmic. He's a
Hmm.
cosmic being who likes to chill on the moon. You have Andy Starboy, who's basically a mutated human. Hangs around Area 51. You have Odina. Haven't really, dealt with Odina yet, but obviously she's very powerful. And then you have Absolver, who's basically like mystical, kind of like dark demon territory. And then you have, the Watchman, who is just more humane. He's more
Hmm.
human, and he's well because he actually is a human. Not saying that
Right.
Acolyte isn't, but the Watchman is more human, I guess, than all of them combined. I feel
Right.
like he's more human, and he's more human. He's a vigilante, but he's also enhanced. Like he doesn't have superpowers, but he has enhanced abilities,
Hmm.
and
Very
he's
good.
just
That's
very
that's
street.
what.
Well, and see the way I look at it too, man. Each character fills in a different void of the universe, from the cosmos to the spiritual to the multiverse with Andy Starboy to
Mhm.
Odina deals with the government on a street level basis, and then the
Mhm.
Watchman is like our first actual street level kind of character that kind of
Right.
remains in his city and handles what he got to go there. So
I love that.
it feels in a good marketplace for our personal store where if you're a fan of comic books, you can come to Concrete Comics and literally get any type of comic hero that you want, from the supernatural to the cosmic to the team base to the street level to just a weird alien guy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. And that's how I saw it too. Was if again, I hate making analogies, but he's the Batman almost in the
Yeah.
Concrete Comics universe Justice League.
Basically.
So that was
Yeah.
my take. Um, so crossovers. I usually ask crossover questions. Will we see a Concrete Comics crossover? Like, will Watchmen at some point cross paths with some of the other characters, or is that something we just got to be hush hush about?
Um, I'll
Also
say
answer
we
it.
have.
Lonzo unmuted.
I'll say we have some really dope plans, and I had a long talk with Lyle last night about some ideas we got. But first,
we got to get the Watchman through his hump and get his story more developed so the fans can understand him before we throw him in with the other guys. You know what I mean? So right
Yep.
now, it's all about the introduction of the Watchman, getting you guys invested and falling in love with him, and then from there, all things are open because I do got, you know what? I might give you a hint on air, but I'll tell you more off air, Brett. But
Okay.
there is some events coming, some worldwide events for the Concrete Universe, and it's gonna
Very
be
cool.
dope, very dope. So yeah,
Very cool. So I'm not going to push any more then, so that I get the scoop offline. So, Lyle, tell me about some of the other maybe indie creators you're following right now outside of Concrete Comics. Give some shout outs to people out there who you think other people should be following too.
Let me scroll real quick. I don't know their names by heart, but I do follow them. Uh,
what is wrong
so
with this
besides,
man?
I'm sorry, I don't remember names. Eminent Comics.
Yeah,
It's one
Sammy
of
J.
them. Yes, Black Bow Comics. I don't know if you've heard of
Mm-hmm.
that one.
Yeah,
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 Black
no,
Bow
yeah.
Comics. A big one is Impound. Heard of that
Mm-hmm.
one. Uh, Besides everyone in Concrete, as you know, I follow all of them. So just them.
I
There
heard
is
maybe you didn't follow Onaje.
No,
Was that on
he's
purpose?
lying.
no, I follow
He's
him now.
lying. Okay.
It's
He
this
he
one.
just now followed my pages.
Also the Watcher series. Not sure if you guys heard of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
The
totally.
Watcher.
Yeah, I was on their launch party. I did a little
Okay.
preview for them.
The Watcher series. Animation Comics.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that one?
Yeah,
Yeah. They have a
yeah.
dope comic, Nightfall. About a werewolf.
Yes.
And I love werewolves. Team Wolf all the way. Uh, there is Dope Girl Comics, I believe.
Yep.
That's the name. Yeah, Dope Girl
Yep.
Comics.
Lena.
So far,
She's partnering with Bristol Maxwell from Bristol Media
yeah,
Group for a
that one.
Kickstarter launching very soon.
E4 Comics
Yeah.
and Lost
Jerry,
Children Lost Children of Adra. I'm gonna butcher the name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Lost
Lost
Children of
Children.
Andromeda.
Yep.
There it is. Andromeda. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So that's
Very
just a
cool.
few.
And he's going to be a guest coming up next week, I think, or the week after, maybe final week of the month. He'll be on the show too, so talking about his books and being an indie creator in that sense. So
Yeah, and
cool.
the Watchmen
He's a great
series,
interviewer
which is
too.
number one.
He is. I love him. We had him on. Oh, I guess at your Christmas party is when.
Oh
first
yeah,
time I had
yeah,
him.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But we've talked a lot, and he's going to be great. He's going to be great.
Oh yeah,
E4
yeah,
Comics
man.
on Instagram. Jerry says Concrete taking over.
Jerry, what's going on, man? He's seen me earlier doing an interview with Jazzle the animator. Man, that was a real dope interview this morning.
Oh, yeah, I saw
But
you post that.
yeah, man,
Oh,
I'm all over the place
another
today,
big
bro.
You
one.
are.
Sorry to cut Lonzo off,
No,
but
it's your interview,
we'll
man,
keep
Lyle.
talking.
Cut him off.
But another big one is what was it? Is Godhood Comics. It's another big one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love
Yes.
Godhood
Tyler
Comics
at
too,
Godhood.
man.
I had to throw them in there. I had to throw that one in there.
Just got done with a huge Kickstarter, 25,000, and signed with Black Sands Entertainment for distribution, I believe. And so, yeah, Godhood making things happen.
Making it happen.
Guys, what advice, Lyle, as a new person to the scene who just launched your first title, what was harder than you expected, and what advice would you give to somebody else wanting to do the same?
Not to sound cocky or anything, but
No,
I mean,
you're good.
making the book wasn't really that hard because I always been into writing. English speech composition was always my not favorite subject, but they were just like the easiest in school. So that just came naturally to me because that stories just flow through my head, and I just have to like separate them. So the writing part was pretty easy. Putting the book together, collaborate with other people like the artists, telling them how you want your panels, how you want your vision put out. That was pretty the easy part. I guess the only hard part for me is because So I've had social media, like I've had Instagram. I never really
Mhm.
post out of my personal Instagram. Never really posted like that. Like if you scroll down, you'll see gaps like months to years in some of my posts. So I guess the hardest part for me was when Lonzo basically forced my hand and told me to make a Watchmen page. Uh, that was like hard. I wasn't gonna do it because I was like, I'm gonna have to actually be on there, and post
Mhm.
multiple things they
Yep.
share. Not saying that I hate it, like I totally hate it per se, but that's just hard for me because I just never like sit on my phone and be like post, or reply to people's comments, reply to people's messages. I'm like chill, so I usually just sit chill. I might scroll on there to look at other people's stuff, but I'm never like engaging on there like that. I might share a couple pictures or videos with friends, but that's about it. So that would be like the most hard part is managing your page and keeping up with the al- algorithms and everything. That's just the most difficult for me because it's like when to
So
post, what to post.
hmm So marketing is my day job, and so I completely agree
Okay,
with you that you gotta. Lonzo's right. You gotta post once a day on Instagram, about once a day, 1 to 2 times a day tops, and you gotta be consistent and build that interaction with your audience. If somebody comments, you gotta comment back. So this is not for you, Lyle, but for people out there watching. Be consistent in your
Yeah,
social media posting. Comment back, like their comments, interact with your audience, and it's just going to build it. The algorithm will see that and send more
yeah,
people your way. So
yes.
that's true.
Sometimes I
Cause,
some
just
cause
little.
like
as soon as we dropped the Lyle picture, I told him
Hmm.
why it was important to have his own page because I said people are gonna come looking. Once we
Hmm.
post it, they're gonna come looking for you and they're gonna have questions. And that's
Hmm.
exactly what happened. As soon as we posted it, people was hitting his page up, asking him, "What is this?
Yep.
Where can I get it? Where can I buy it? When is it coming?" And
yeah.
you know what I mean.
I
So
would just
now it,
stare at it and be like, why? I would just
yeah,
stare at them at first.
yeah, and there it is, man. So,
Yep.
but yeah, staying consistent is the most important thing about marketing and promotion, man. It's boring.
Hmm.
I hate doing it.
It
Trust
is.
me,
Yeah.
I hate doing it, but you have to do it if you want to uh, build a solid name out here. So,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I noticed that
And
I do have to do
you guys do it a little differently. You guys do it in a way that I typically wouldn't recommend people doing it because all your titles are creator owned. So I do think that you guys all need to have your own title Instagram or social media accounts. If you are one person putting out 5 books, I don't know that you need a Instagram for each of those 5 titles if they're all created by you. But the way you
Right,
guys do
right,
it, you creator owned, you're becoming basically a publishing house.
right.
Yes, yes, 100%.
I mean, eventually,
Um,
Alonzo's gonna have me make probably like 1,000 pages with all the stuff I have.
Oh no, no, no. Like Lyle is kind of your flagship right now. So eventually everybody will just go to
hmm.
your Lyle page to find out what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the Watchmen is basically your flagship of your own production unit. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep.
so yeah.
100%. Guys, tell everybody again where they can get the Watchmen issue 0 and how they can get information on what all's coming down Concrete's path. I'm going to pop it up here again.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get the Watchmen issue 0 at concretecomics.com under the mini issues section. And also, to get more information about it, you can just subscribe to their website. You'll get updates via email and everything from there. But you can also follow Concrete Comics on Instagram. You can follow the Watchmen series on Instagram, and also basically I just our public pages on Instagram, and also follow Tevin Fields is the Watchman on Facebook. That's where you can also get more information.
Very good. Very good. Lonzo, you want to shout
Well
anything out as we
said.
wrap
Well
up?
said. Hey man, I want to shout you out, Brett, for always looking out for Concrete Comics and celebrating us, and even with that post that you posted about your first indie comic purchase, man, that's definitely humbling. So I just want to,
Yep.
as always, I gotta show love to you, man, and
Thank you, sir.
we will definitely be blessing you with some exclusive content. We actually got something. Onaji actually has something surprise for you and your
Okay.
family, actually. So I can't wait to reveal that to you as well. You know what I'm saying?
Very good. I can't wait either.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, it's
Oh
true.
yeah,
If
man.
you, if you haven't read my post today, my first indie comics that I actually purchased were from Concrete Comics. And like Lyle, I was just scrolling through trying to find different stuff. And it was late 2019, and there it was. And so I bought that pack, that digital pack, and I've since bought physical packs, and then I backed year two. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And the lesson with that was consistency and promotion, because you never know who's gonna come
Exactly.
across your post. And Brett just stumbled upon it and
Mm-hmm.
clicked it, and there it is. You know what I mean? So
That's
yeah,
100%. Yeah,
everybody,
following different hashtags, and there it was.
your
There it
brand, your
was.
brand, your marketing, and your promotion are the most important things. The creation part is the fun part. Don't put all your eggs
Yep.
into that. Put your
Mm-hmm.
eggs to how you want to get it out there. So
Yep, 100%, 100%. Stranger Comics, and before we wrap up, read off some of these comments. Stranger Comics, love Stranger Comics. They posted Love Concrete, Lethal Gods Universe
yay,
again.
my man.
You guys are all awesome. Um, Bristol Media Group said that you are the indie comic mafia in 2021.
Hey man.
Grant
True.
Branson. It
Mhm.
says Concrete got my hat. So lots of fans out there, lots of fans, guys.
Good
If you
looking,
don't follow
man.
Concrete, what you're missing out. If you don't follow Lyle and the Watchmen, go search his accounts out and follow them. And then if you haven't read The Watchmen yet, concretecomics.com, download it for free. Just scroll down on the main page. It's there. It's also under the mini comics section also.
Yes,
Hey, if
sir.
you don't know,
And
we have a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/indiecomicsdispatch. It helps us expand and grow and continue to deliver high quality, I think, content to you. And $5, $10, it doesn't take much. You can sponsor us on there. Guys, thank you again so much. Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you missed the beginning of the show, this was a last minute swap out. I had another interview planned for today, and Lonzo and I had been kind of batting around back and forth trying to find a time to get Concrete on the show, and Lyle in particular, and well, worked out. So thank you, gentlemen, so much for
it
your
worked out
flexibility
perfectly.
and being willing to be
No
here.
problem.
Oh yeah,
All right,
man.
guys.
All right, Brett. Thanks for having us, bro.
Thank you, and
No
everybody
problem.
out there. We will see you on Wednesday. Broadcast from the Dispatch. We are having a plot writing night. How to write a good plot. We have various guests going to be on for that. So tune in Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. See you guys.
Yep.